right, everybody, welcome back. Listen to me. Time to focus in. Okay, these notes are not crazy hard, but first of all, if all you do is no brain, watch YouTube video, copy what I write with no thinking, you will not learn this. There are certain things where I will even tell kids, listen, as long as you write what I write, it's going to sink into your brain. I'll tell you right now, when it comes to this stuff, you have to actually think. You have to actually listen. You have to use your eyes to absorb and use your ears to absorb actual information. I'm not normally like this. I'm not normally kind of roasty, if you know what I'm saying. Lock it in. You can do this. You can learn this. There's a lot of students in your class that are going to feel like, you know what, this ain't that bad. There's going to be some students in class who just are like literally sitting there thinking, I give up. I don't care. Don't be one of those kids. Here we go. Write the system of equation for each problem. Then solve it using Desmos. Okay, easy. Desmos. Go straight into Desmos. No stress. I'd never miss one of these questions. Here's the problem. All I'm looking at is the sum of two numbers is 53 and their difference is 11. What are the two numbers? Yikes. I don't see any x's. I don't see any y's. I don't see any equations. I don't see any equal signs. I don't see anything. Now, here's what we're going to do. Okay? We're going to identify the two things that we're working with here. Okay? And when we first get started, it's going to feel really crazy, right? You're going to feel like, oh my God, how do we pick these, right? On this question, it's X, Y. On this question, it's chicken and pigs. On the next questions, it's, multiple choice. And on the next questions, it's about, listen, trust me, we go through these. Picking the X's and Y's is something that is going to become very, very easy. So don't stress on this, okay? Number one says, the sum of two numbers is 53. Okay, in my mind here, that tells me I'm going to add up two numbers. It's going to make 53, right? Like 50 plus 3. That's not very hard. 50 plus 3. Okay, that's 53. And then it says, and their difference is 11. Well, difference means subtraction. And that means I need to subtract those two numbers and make 11. So this is telling me I need to pick two numbers. If I add them up, I get 53. That's easy. 50 plus 3 equals 53. Got it. But also, their difference has to be 11. 50 minus 3 is not 11. So my first guess of 50 plus 3 doesn't really work. Now, you could keep trying to guess, right? You could say, hey, what about 30 plus 23? Because 30 plus 23 is 53, and 30 minus 23 is 7. Fail. Right? Now, here's the good news. Desmos is going to do this for you. You have to learn how to set it up. Okay? For this question, we're just going to think about x like it's, number 1, and we're going to think about y like it's number 2. And not the actual 1s and 2s, but, if it says the sum of two numbers, okay, well, boom. My first thing that I like to do is look for these numbers, all right? This is where we're really getting started. This is where you really, really want to focus in. Look for these big numbers. Those are almost always going to be the end of our equal sign. So when I see 53 and 11, I'm going to put equals 53 and equals 11. That is a really, really good tip. That is a great, great way to get started. I'll tell you right now, do this. If you're thinking to yourself, Mr. Collier, I don't know what the heck is going on, you can do this, right? Literally see a number, write a number, see a number, write a number. You can handle that. Now from here, we're going to put a little x and a y and an x and a y. And this is like where we've seen our equations before, right? So maybe now it's starting to get into your head a little bit, right? It would say like 3x plus 4y equals 53. 2x minus 8y equals 11. Hopefully in your brain, you're able to bring back some questions, you know, boom, here it is, Mr. Collier, great teacher, I got it right here. Something like this, negative 6x minus 10y equals negative 2, 6x plus 9y, right? Same thing, x, y equals number, x, y equals number. And from here, we're just going to build out that last step. Now, honestly, it's probably the hardest step. Identifying x and y, that's going to become very, very easy. Don't stress about this. Looking at the system, getting these numbers out here is very easy. 53, write it. 11, write it. That's not even math. Filling out this equation here is where we got to use our thinking cap a little bit. Okay? If I need to make an equation where the sum of two numbers is 53, that means I got to add them together. Like x plus y. X plus y equals 53. That's what it says. The sum of two numbers is 53. X plus y equals 53. Hydration break here for a second. Then it says their difference is 11. Difference means subtraction. Now this isn't a super typical question, but it's kind of a nice way to get started, where if we get our equal signs, if we put our x's and y's in there, we can create these equations. Okay, now at this point, we've used all the information from the question. 53, done. 11, done. The word sum, done. The word difference, done. We've used everything. This is what we need. I'm not just going to pick a 7 and just put a 7 in here. The question doesn't say anything about 7, right? Remember, you're not just making up for fun a question. You're actually reading it and putting the questions here, putting the numbers here. At this point, Desmos time. We got this. Desmos. Click, click. X plus y equals 53. Enter. X minus y equals 11. Now, use my strategies. Minus, minus. There it is. 32, 21. And so, the answer, 32, 21. Now, we're just going to move on. Stay with me. Trust me. Here we go. Questions can be a little crazy. I love this one. It's funny. It's ridiculous. And maybe you'll smile a little bit. A farm raises a total of 220 chickens and pigs. That doesn't mean 220 chickens, 220 pigs. That means total. That means it might be 110 plus 110. It might be 200 chickens, 20 pigs. But when you add chickens and pigs together, you get 220. The number of legs of the stock in the farm totals 520. Okay, so that means we know how many total chickens and pigs there are. We know how many legs are on the farm. But we don't know how many chickens there are or how many pigs. Okay, remember, this ain't that hard. You gotta go through the easy steps. You can't solve the whole thing snapping your fingers. X and Y. Again, this gets pretty easy. Chickens and pigs, right? Basically, what the heck are you working with? We're working with chickens and pigs. That's gonna be X's and Y's. And we're gonna set up our little system here with equals. And we're gonna use these big numbers that they're giving us. 220, 520. To make our equations. Now here is Mr. Collier's tip number 2. Alright? When we go to make these equations, we need 2 equations. And they're going to be built from kind of different pieces. Alright? I like to call one of these equations the total. And I like to call one of these equations the worth. And I'll tell you right now, this word, worth, the more you say it, the less it sounds like it's an actual word, but the worth is really like a huge secret to doing these questions, okay? Because if we know about chickens and pigs and the number of legs, chickens and pigs are not worth the same amount. Chickens and pigs don't have the same number of legs. And so a chicken is worth a different amount than a pig. So let's get our X and our Y in here. Okay. And I'm leaving some room so that I could put some numbers in here. Now, really, if you put one more word here, we're talking about the simple total, right? Take it from the very bottom. What are you working with? Chickens and pigs. And this first sentence says, the farm raises a total of 220 chickens and pigs. Okay, don't complicate it. Chickens and pigs, right? Don't overdo it. Chickens plus pigs equals 220. This is the simple total. Forget this other equation. This makes sense. Chickens plus pigs equals 220. Simple. Most of your questions are going to have one that is as simple as X plus Y with nothing else. And sometimes students, they get a little bit antsy and they're like, oh my God, that's too easy. That's too simple. You got to let it be easy when it's easy. Chickens plus pigs equals 220. That's the simple total. Now this equation with the worth is where you really might have to think a little bit harder. Because like I was saying, is a chicken worth the same amount as a pig when it comes to legs, right? Because we're talking about the number of legs. This is 520 legs. Every chicken is worth how many legs? A chicken, hate to break it to you if you've never seen a chicken before, but I'm a horrible artist, so it looks maybe more like a duck, but that's what we got. It's got 2 legs. So we're going to put a 2 on our X. And when it comes to pigs, I guess I'm in deep at this point. I might as well draw it for you. Oh God, it's getting bad, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Curly Q tail. We got 4 legs on our pig. And so there is our equations. Every chicken gets multiplied by 2 because that's how many legs it's got. Every pig gets multiplied by 4 because that's how many legs it's got. This is our system of equations. We have chickens plus pigs equals 220. We have 2 legs per chicken, 4 legs per pig, and that's going to give us 520 legs. In your sentences here, the one that gets really complicated, you should be able to say 2 legs, 4 legs, 520 legs, right? All of our units should be the same. We're talking about legs, legs, legs. Okay. At the end of the day, we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep going. This might feel like a crazy, holy cow, Mr. Collier. We are getting out of, all of a sudden these questions are crazy. And if you said holy cow, we're not talking about cows for this question, guys. We're talking about pigs. So I need you guys to kind of focus in for me, please. Zooming out, we've got 180, 40. So there we go. Now, what does this mean? That means 180 chickens are on the farm and 40 pigs are on the farm. So if this question says straight up, how many pigs are there? You don't need to say 180. You only would say 40. All right, let's go. Next question. Speeding it up here. Your math test has 38 questions and is worth 200 points. The test consists of multiple choice questions worth 4 points each and open-ended questions worth 20 points each. How many of each type of question are on the test? So what are we dealing with here? Well, your test has 38 questions and is worth 200 points. And it consists of multiple choice questions worth 4 and open-ended questions worth 20. So we're going with multiple choice and open-ended, different types of questions. Our system. Now for this one, we're going to have 4 total numbers. We've got 38, 200, 4, and 20. This is the most numbers we've seen so far. Which numbers are the total numbers? Which numbers are the big ones that we're all adding up to? Which are these big numbers that go at the end? It should be 38 and 200, right? 38 questions, 200 points. 38 questions, 200 points. And it should also be pretty obvious which one of these is the total and which one of these is the worth, because it literally says worth, right? Your math test has 38 questions total. So this is what I like to just, this is just the simple total. All right, we just got 38 total. And then when it comes to the 200, that is our worth. Because these 200 points, I'm noticing that multiple choice questions are only worth 4 points, whereas open-ended questions are worth 20 points each. I'm definitely going crazy here tonight, guys. I've been recording so many of these videos. So we've got x plus y equals 38. X, y. And when we do this, simple total, it's simple. Multiple choice plus open-ended equals 38. That's it. It's the simple total. Don't overcomplicate it. Now, how much are the multiple choice questions worth? How many legs do the multiple choice questions have? Obviously, we're not talking about legs anymore. It says multiple choice questions are worth 4 points each. So put a 4 on the x. And we've got 20, so put a 20 on the y. And you know what? That's it. Don't work too hard. Don't work too hard. Set up these equations. Probably about 10 kids in class just went, oh, okay. I'm kind of seeing this. Let's get our answer. Click Desmos. I'm going to go x plus y equals 38. Enter. 4x plus 20y equals 200. And again, I can't really tell. I'm going to hit home. Can't see it. Minus, minus. There it is. 35, 3. So you know what? 35 multiple choice and 3 open-ended. Let's keep going. This is kind of our last type of question here, because this type is going to give us 6 numbers, 3 boxes, 2 boxes, $6, 2 boxes, 4 boxes, $8. This is we got 6 numbers here. And if you think about our kind of positions, we have 1 position, 2 position, 3 position, 4 position, 5 position, 6 position. There's 6 possible places for a number to go. In front of the x, let's see here, in front of the x, in front of the y, at the equal sign. In front of the x, in front of the y, after the equal sign. So there's 6 total possibilities, and we've got 6 total numbers. That means when we make our system, we're going to have a number in every single place, which isn't usual. Lately, we've been having a simple total. One of our equations was very, very simple. For this question, every single spot will have a number. But these questions are the easiest, because when you have something in every single spot, you know you didn't forget something. You know you didn't make a mistake. So let's see that happen. A student brought 3 boxes of pencils and 2 boxes of pens. And again, I'm sure in your brain it's starting to get very easy to recognize what the x's and the y's are going to be. Pencils and pens. Done. Let's set up our little thing here. X, y equals X, Y equals, and I see that we have 3, 2, 6, 2, 4, 8. They bought 3 pencils, so that 3 needs to go with my pencils. That 3 pencils needs to be 3x. And 2 boxes of pens. So that 2 pens needs to go with my y, pens, y, 2y. So that needs to go here. A student bought 3 boxes of pencils, got it. 2 boxes of pens, got it, for $6. So that 6 is going to go here. When you have these big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number questions, it literally just goes 3, 2, 6, next line, 2, 4, 8. 2, 4, 8. Right? Because it says 2 boxes of pencils. That's 2 pencils. So it should be 2x. And then it says 4 boxes of pens. That's 4 pens, which is 4y. So it should say 4y. When you have all 6 of these numbers, literally just go 3, 2, 6, 2, 4, 8, next. Right? I'm telling you, these questions are actually the easiest ones when they have all 6 numbers. So now we're going to go here, click, click, and we're going to type it in. 3x plus 2y equals 6, enter. 2x plus 4y equals 8. I can't see, hit my home button, there it is, 1 comma 1.5. And you might be thinking, oh my god, why do we have decimals? Decimals are going to be kind of common in this type of question because we're not talking about halves, we're talking about money. Find the cost of a box of pencils. So pencils are going to be $1. And pens, I know it says on Desmos 1.5, but I'm actually thinking it's not 1.5, right? It means $1.50. Okay, let's flip it over. Number 5, we're going to power through this. We know how to do this question now. There are 155 people at a basketball game. Tickets are $2.25 for students and $4 for adults. The total money collected for admission was $4,950. What is our X and Y? I'll give you 10 seconds. If you know what it is, clap your hands. I don't know if that worked or not. Here we go. We got students and adults. And so let's set up our nice little equation here. And we have 4 numbers. And 4 numbers is okay. It's not going to be one of those super easy 6 number ones. So let's grab our total numbers. You know what I'm saying? Let's grab the big ones. There are 155 people. Tickets are $2.50. It doesn't seem like it's that different. And $4 for adults. But the total money collected was okay, so there's my 2 numbers. I need to go with 155 and 4,950. And again, which one of these, when I only have these 4 numbers, which one of these is just a simple total? Like, just straight up tell me how many people went to the game. Right? I don't care if they're boys, I don't care if they're girls, I don't care if they're adults, I don't care if they're kids. How many people went? Simple, right? This 155, that's our simple total. All right, just tell me who's going. X plus Y. Adults and students. Students plus adults. Simple. Down here, this is our worth, right? Students and adults are not worth the same amount. 250 versus 4. Students are 250. Students are X's. 250X plus $4 for adults. 4Y. Desmos, type it in. We're done. Click, click, click. let's see here. X plus Y equals 155. Enter. 250. X plus 4Y equals 492. 50. That's a big number. I'm definitely going to have to zoom out. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. There it is. 8570. How many students and adults attended the game? Students, I forgot. Students, 85. Adults, 70. All right. Last question. Now, when it comes to these questions, all right? When it comes to these questions, basically, there's two types of setups, all right? There's the setup with, number one, there's the simple total questions. All right? For example, basketball people of the game. For example, chicken legs, pig legs. For example, we got questions on a test. Okay? Let's make a list here. Legs. Test questions. Game. Tickets. Option number 2, we got sum and difference. That was like the very first question. We just literally said x plus y, x minus y. That one is so easy. And then we got this third one here. This third one is a 6-number problem. Right? We did one of those with the pencils and the pens. That 6-number problem is literally where you just put like number x plus number y equals number. Up next, number x plus number y equals number. So that's not very hard. Now, out of all of these different types of questions, they probably seem very difficult, but what you're going to realize is this is very, very repetitive. You're going to do leg questions every day, test questions every day, game ticket questions every day, sum and difference, x plus y, x minus y, 6-number problems, boom, 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 boom. But reigning supreme out of all of them is the money coins question. That's supposed to say the word C-O-I-N-S, like coins, like I'm talking pennies, nickels, and dimes. This is the mega question of all mega questions. The money questions, you are literally going to do so many of these questions. I'm sorry to tell you, you're going to be doing a lot of them. I'm sorry. Now, here's why. Jocelyn, great name, Jocelyn. Jocelyn has 175 in her pocket consisting of 12 nickels and 20, or sorry, I'm actually going crazy. 27 nickels and dimes. There, we only get 2 numbers, okay? I know it's not going to be sum and difference. They didn't say sum and difference. I know it's not going to be 6-number problems. They literally only gave me 2 numbers. It's going to be a simple total question, and this is the money coins question. This is the big whale. So, solving this question, I'm going to put my equals. I'm going to put my 175. I'm going to put my 27. Okay. I forgot to pick my X's and Y's. Jocelyn had in her pocket consisting of nickels and dimes. Cool. Remember, nickel is EL, not LE. Nickels and dimes. I'm going to set it up with my X and Y, my X and Y. And they did not give me 6 numbers. They only gave me 2 numbers. Now remember, when we did this leg question, they only gave us 2 numbers, 220, 520. Where did we get 2 and 4 from? Where did those numbers come from? It doesn't say 2 in the question. It doesn't say 4 in the question. You know that chickens have 2 legs. You know that pigs have 4 legs. You know. You have to bring your own brain to this question. Mr. Collier is not going to draw you this gorgeous chicken every single time. All right? Now flip it back. We've only got 2 numbers here. All we get is 175 and 27. Do you know the difference in worth between a nickel and a dime? That is the question. Do you know how much a nickel is worth? Do you know how much a dime is worth? I hope so. Right? Let's make a little chart. Okay? Highlighter. You know this is important. What are the different coins? What's the biggest coin? Well, there's some weird ones like the dollar coin and the 50-cent coin, but really the first one we like is the quarter. And the dime, and the nickel, which goes EL, don't forget, and the penny. Really, there's like 4 coins that we really care about, to be honest. And how many cents are these worth, right? The quarter is worth 25, and the dime is worth 10, and the nickel is worth 5, and the penny is worth 1. Hopefully you're bringing that stuff to the table. Now, here's why I'm trying to tell you that this stuff is mega important. This question is guaranteed on your SOL test, on your final exam. This question is guaranteed everywhere. This is like, people love this question. First of all, you got to know how much these are worth. But Jocelyn has 175 in her pocket. This quarter, if this quarter is worth 25, 25 is a bigger number than 175. 10 is a bigger number. How can she have nickels and dimes if 5 is bigger than 175? If 10 is bigger than 175? I hope you're thinking I'm going extra crazy now. Because a dime is not $10. A dime is 10 cents. So, we've been going for a while. I don't know how to kind of get your attention, but this is extremely important. You ready? Here we go. A quarter is 0.25 because it's 0.25. Everybody knows that. Everybody's got that. And a dime is 0.10. Okay, we'll just put the decimal in front. Here we go. That might have been super loud on the recording. Nickels. How much is a nickel worth? Every single Algebra 1 kid messes this up. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to get your attention here. A nickel is 0.05. If you put 0.5, 0.5 means half. A nickel is not half a dollar. A nickel is not half a dollar. A nickel is not half a dollar. The penny is 0.01. Just be careful, please. A nickel is not 0.5. This 27 is our simple total. She has 27 in her pocket. She doesn't care if they're nickels or dimes. She doesn't care what a nickel's worth. She doesn't care what... She just got 27. She just got 27. This 175 is actually taking stuff serious. This is our worth. Because that 175 knows the difference between a nickel and a dime. And if X is our nickel, how much is a nickel worth? 0.05. And that's not really very hard. You're going to do, I'm telling you right now, you're going to do so many of these questions over and over and over and over again. It's 0.05 every time. That's it, 0.05 every single time, right? You learn it one time, you never get it wrong. 0.05. The dime plus 0.10. There you go. That's the whole question. I know I talked about it a lot. Here's what we got. Click. Time to type it in. Our nickel is 0.05x plus 0.10y. That's our dime. Equals 175. That's how much dollars she's got in the bag. I'm going to hit my home button here. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to go to my other one. She's got X plus Y equals 27. That's how many coins she's got in her bag. Right there. 19.8. That's how many coins she's got. How many of each type does she have in her pocket? She's got 19.8. She's got 19 nickels. And she's got 8 dimes. Alright. This is, I was trying to tell you at the start, you got to focus. You got to pay attention. You got to go through it. This video is going to be on YouTube. Go back to it. Watch it again. When you get to a question that says nickels and dimes, just go to the YouTube video where it says nickels and dimes. When you get to the question that says how many feet does a pig have, go right here to this question and watch me go through it. Okay? I know that if you just start the assignment and you just crumple the notes up and throw them away and you never watch this video again, it might be hard. Be a student. All right? Be a student. Use your notes. Use your brain. Use the YouTube video. Use things to help you out. Ask questions with Miss, whoever is the TA in the class and or the co-teacher and ask them up. Okay? I'm ending it. Use your notes. Be a student. I believe in you. You can do this. Proud of you.